I'm Scott Anger. I'm a private investigator. I'd been out of the office for a month doing a little too much thinking and a lot too much drinking. Now I was out of the gutter and back at my desk. I needed something to get me back into the swing of things. 2 seconds later, she walked in.
Mr. Spencer?
No, I'm Scott Anger. That's Ralph Spencer over there.
Ma'am?
How can we help you, Mrs.
Klein. Miss Carol Klein. It's my brother, Dan. We're from Oregon, and he has a job here in the city. He always sends a check home, every month, always. Nothing came in June. Now it's nearly the end of July. I'm so worried. The police have not been helpful.
They're not as a rule, Miss Klein, but we are. Our fee is $20 a day with a $100 retainer.
That's an awful lot of money, Mr. Anger.
I'm sure your brother is worth it. We'll need a photo.
Yes, of course.
Tell me about him.
He was boarding at 224 Mason Street. But I found out it was knocked down in May. I don't know where he is or who his friends are. In his last letter, he did say he'd met a girl.
Maybe they eloped.
Dan would never do anything shameful.
Of course he wouldn't. Where can I contact you, Miss Klein?
I live in Yellow Plains, Oregon. I'm afraid I don't have a phone. Please write me when you find him.
I'll do better than that. I'll bring him home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a while since I made a woman smile. It made me want to find her brother, so I could see that smile again. What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon Dan didn't put much into those letters, unless she knows more than she's telling. But her money's good, and that buys 3 days of your time.
Only 3 days?
That's right. On August 1st, you start a new case. You're taking the train to New York to put a tail on a crooked lawyer named Thurston Granger. So get going, partner.
A cup. Smiling Dan. I hope he's still smiling, wherever he is. My license. It lets me operate as a private investigator, so long as I don't break the law, cause trouble, and don't chew with my mouth open. An engagement ring. I gave this to a reporter called Francine Henderson. 3 months later, she found me in Angela's arms. Now, Angela is dead, Frankie still hasn't forgiven me, and this ring is just a pretty stone on a shining band of metal. A cup. My camera. People take photographs to preserve happy memories. I take photographs of unhappy memories for other people. A photo of Angela Donald. She's dead now. My fault. I don't want to think about it because if I do, I'll need a drink and then another, and before long I'll be waking face down in the gutter again. The desk drawers. 3 generations of Angas have left them full of betting slips, gum wrappers, and empty whiskey bottles. My desk. It's old, pitted, scarred, beaten up, and worn out, like me. A fountain pen. There are 2 kinds of pens in this world, the kind that leak and the kind you lose. My desk. It's old, pitted, scarred, beaten up, and worn out, like me. My desk. It's old, pitted, scarred, beaten up, and worn out, like me. What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon Dan Klein might have made the news. Check the newspaper. Maybe he's been arrested. Check the police station. Maybe he's hiding out. Check at Jake's joint. Hell, maybe he's been elected mayor. That's one you owe me.
A filing cabinet. In there is every case we ever worked on. Ralph's notices, only of importance to Ralph. Ralph's notices, only of importance to Ralph. Ralph's notices, only of importance to Ralph. The bathroom cupboard. We can't afford the rest of the bathroom. It's empty. A calendar shows you where the year's gone, but never shows you how to get it back. A wash basin. A plunger. We have a lot in common. We're both suckers. My typewriter. I type up every case.
I want my rent now. Today. 150 smackaroos.
Jack Menzies, our landlord. There are many beautiful human beings on God's green earth. Jack Menzies is not one of them. Say, Jack.
Jack nothing, fella. I want money, not one of your lame excuses. Nobody wants to buy your lame excuses.
That's okay. I ain't selling them.
That'll do. But I want the rest in 7 days or you're both out.
Thanks for backing me up there, Ralph.
Sorry, Scott. I'll handle him next time.
Better do a good job. I think he's serious. My associate, Ralph Spencer. Most people have a sleeping partner. Mine snores. Not without my hat.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise, my car. It has an engine that runs and the right amount of wheels. The horn. It lets you abuse people without having to wind the window down. The radio. It's good company, and it shuts up when you want it to. The glove compartment. After filling it with road maps and parking fines, there's never any room for gloves. Mac the Barber. I'm always polite to Mac. Never insult a man who's handy with a cutthroat razor. Howdy, Mac.
Hey, Scott.
July 29. Morning edition. Mayor announces new crime reform. Seems the mayor thinks there are too many criminals running around, so he's going to teach them a lesson. Let me guess. Spelling? Math? Mac the Barber. He gives a smooth shave for a man with one eye and 9 fingers. How about the mayor's new angle?
I didn't vote for him.
You didn't have to. Most of the people in the cemetery did. The barber's chair. Real comfortable. I'd get one for the office, but I have trouble typing upside down.
Towel time. I tell you, Scott, what's got 4 legs and smells like glue? Periwig. Is that horse a nag or what? Do you believe it? Tiger's Revenge, race 4, 10 on the nose. Got it. Finish. You got my nickel? Have a nice day, Scott. See you tomorrow, Scott.
Meg's Diner. Not much wrong with it, except the customers don't talk, the staff are rude, and the food's lousy. Reminds me of home. Meg is never glad to see me, and she never says goodbye. Hello, Meg. You can't buy that sort of honesty. Same old news. The menu. It never changes. The menu. It never changes. Donuts and coffee, thanks. Not bad. Reminded me of coffee. A donut. I'm full. I'll save this for later. How about the mayor's new angle?
As if I can. Where's the tip?
Where's the service? The city police station, guaranteed to contain criminals, police, and bad coffee. Officer Jim Denton. When I first met him, Denton had a wife, a job in homicide, and a stomach ulcer. The wife skipped. The homicide job went when he stood up for me the time I got caught concealing evidence. Now, Officer Jim Denton. Police regulation coffee. Denton's pen. A piece of paper. I can't read it from here. The police notice board. Who's on duty, who's on leave, and who's on top in the department-wide Tiddlywinks tournament. Police records. The straight facts on accidents, arson, blackmail, rackets, ransoms, jaywalking, the corner trade, and every kind of theft from grand larceny to stealing time. How about the mayor's new angle?
He's letting all the criminals out of jail to reform themselves.
Tell me about Dan Klein.
Never heard of him. I guess he ain't done anything wrong yet.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Anger, I'm telling you this once. We're taking care of that, and I don't want you looking into it. If anybody gets hurt, you're gonna be charged. You understand? That's Dan Small.
Dan Small?
Pretty sure.
So, Dan Klein is known around town as Dan Small. A man with an alias is a man with a secret.
Thanks. I better get a refill.
A raid roster. It's a schedule of upcoming license raids on clubs. Let me see. August the 1st. Rostered officers, Scully and Coleman. Establishment, number 1, Dog Alley. Proprietor, Jacob Turner.
That's police business.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Do I look like I got nothing to do except your work? Stay out of trouble till I see you again.
Depends on where you see me.
Depends on where the trouble is.
My office. It's on the second story of an old brownstone facing the street. It suits me. I can keep an eye on my hubcaps. They're worth more if you've got the full set. Here I am again. Every private investigator has an office, same as every dog has a kennel. Mine doesn't have quite as many old bones lying around. Not without my hat.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise, my car. It has an engine that runs and the right amount of wheels. Mac the Barber. I'm always polite to Mac. Never insult a man who's handy with a cutthroat razor. Howdy, Mac.
Hey, Scott.
July 29. Morning edition. Mayor announces new crime reform. Seems the mayor thinks there are too many criminals running around, so he's going to teach them a lesson. Let me guess. Spelling? Math? Hair. Someone else's.
Towel time.
I tell you, Scott, what's got 4 legs and smells like glue? Periwig. Is that horse a nag or what? Do you believe it? Tiger's Revenge, race 4, 10 on the nose. Got it. Finish. You got my nickel? Have a nice day, Scott.
How about the mayor's new angle?
I didn't vote for him.
You didn't have to. Most of the people in the cemetery did. Tell me about Dan Klein.
You don't talk to me about your private eye work, and I won't talk to you about dandruff.
Hair.
See you tomorrow, Scott.
Meg's Diner. Not much wrong with it, except that customers don't talk, the staff are rude, and the food's lousy. Reminds me of home. Meg is never glad to see me, and she never says goodbye. Hello, Meg. You can't buy that sort of honesty. How about the mayor's new angle?
Are you chewing or chat?
The menu. It never changes. The menu. Donuts and coffee, thanks. A donut. Meg's coffee. It keeps me awake. I get more time to wonder why I drank it in the first place. Not bad. Reminded me of coffee. I'm full. I'll save this for later. Tell me about Angela Donald.
Where's the tip?
Where's the service? The city police station, guaranteed to contain criminals, police, and bad coffee. Officer Jim Denton. When I first met him, Denton had a wife, a job in homicide, and a stomach ulcer. The wife skipped. The homicide job went when he stood up for me the time I got caught concealing evidence. Now he's got a dead-end posting at the front desk. He's still got the ulcer.
Hey! Look what dragged himself up out of the gutter.
Glad I've got your sympathy.
I'm oozing sympathy today, but no more shootouts, okay?
I was drunk.
What if it would have been people and not bottles? I like you, Anger. I'll let you go. But if I catch you with a gun again, I'm gonna revoke your private investigator's license, and you're out of work, you understand?
You're all hot.
Glad to see you back, Anger. I mean that. Are you on a case, or are you here to practice your insults?
How about the mayor's new angle?
He's letting all the criminals out of jail to reform themselves.
Tell me about Dan Klein.
Never heard of him. I guess he ain't done anything wrong yet.
That's Dan Small.
Dan Small?
Pretty sure.
So, Dan Klein is known around town as Dan Small. A man with an alias is a man with a secret. Tell me about Dan Small.
Small fry, more than likely. Haven't pinned anything on him yet, but I heard he hangs around with lowlife.
Got any names for me?
No one springs to mind.
Thanks. I better get a refill.
The police notice board. Who's on duty, who's on leave, and who's on top in the department-wide Tiddlywinks tournament. A raid roster. It's a schedule of upcoming license raids on clubs. Let me see. August the 1st. Rostered offices, Scully and Coleman. Establishment, number 1, Dog Alley. Proprietor, Jacob Turner. It's nailed down or it wouldn't be here. Every thief in town walks past this desk.
Stay out of trouble till I see you again.
Depends on where you see me.
Depends on where the trouble is.
The Tribune wakes the town with the latest scandal and strife, and then serves up seconds in the afternoon edition at 2 o'clock. If you want old news, you can dig in the Tribune's morgue. Old news, like Frankie and me. Frankie Henderson. It's a man's world, so she got a man's name to work in it. We had a thing going once, but then she found Angela and I together, close together. I was gonna tell her. Trust a journalist to find out first. Hello, Frankie.
Hello, Scott.
Are you pleased to see me?
In this place, I'm pleased to see a cockroach. Sure I am. You're conscious? I like that in a man.
Clean, sober, and back in business.
Business? I should have known you weren't just here to see me.
Frankie's typewriter. A machine as old as this ought to be retired and out to grass. Francine Henderson. How about the mayor's new angle?
He's gonna get the criminals off the streets by giving them jobs at City Hall.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Never heard of him either. What is it with all these guys named Dan? Newspapers don't write themselves, Scott. I'm busy.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
You'll never forget her, will you? She'll always be between us.
Glue. Sticky as a bad debt. July 29. Afternoon edition. Nothing new in the afternoon edition. I guess they haven't had a chance to make up any more news.
Be my guest.
What have you got on Dan Small?
Nothing.
Nothing. Dan never made the news, so he's either very, very good or exactly the opposite. What have you got on Angela Donald?
What's done is done, Scott. That woman has hurt you enough. Let the police handle it. Au revoir, Scott. That's French for see you later.
My office. It's on the second story of an old brownstone facing the street. It suits me. I can keep an eye on my hubcaps. They're worth more if you've got the full set. Here I am again. Every private investigator has an office, same as every dog has a kennel. Mine doesn't have quite as many old bones lying around. The sofa. I sleep on it. A chair. For clients. I sit on the other side of the desk. I see them, they see me. I generally get the better view. My closet. My trench coat. It can stay there until the heat wave passes. My hat makes a man look dignified. My closet.
Business is booming, Scott. Brewer's away somewhere, and we're getting business that might have gone to him.
Brewer, for his sake, you better stay out of town.
Don't be sore at Brewer for what happened while you were drunk, Scott.
It was Brewer who was pouring the drinks.
For a whole month? Anyway, keep moving on the Klein case. July's getting old. I'll man the phone and look after the other cases.
People tend to object if you waste their time. People tend to object if you waste their time. People tend to object if you waste their time. People tend to object if you waste their time. It's afternoon. The heat rises off the sidewalks and the bankers downtown pick their teeth and skim off another 3%. People tend to object if you waste their time.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise. Jake's is closed. Jake and his regulars are all sleeping peacefully in a puddle of gin. It's afternoon. It's afternoon. Jake's joint. It's only open nights. Last time I was here, I had my gun in my hand and a sea of broken glass at my feet. I hope Jake's memory is worse than mine. Jake's door. Jake will only let me in if I give him something he likes. Jake likes gin and girls, mostly, but they're hard to slip through the slot.
You come to get drunk and shoot up the place again? Beat it, till I can think of a reason to start liking you. This I could use. Watch your step. I'll let you in, but I ain't gonna serve you. Sit with your pals.
Movin' Mickey Murphy, a nice guy with a wise face. As a fence, he's pretty straight.
Scotty.
Ashley McPherson goes by the name of Gigi. He plays the ponies.
Hey, Anger.
Red Randall Hanna, a goon for hire. He talks straight, but not a lot. He's got more morals than a piranha, but it's a close call.
So, who's for a drink?
G.G. McPherson. How about the Mirror's new angle?
What are you doing? You know the rules. You lay a bet, you play a hand. You ask a question, you get an answer. You don't play, you don't learn nothing. How hard is that already?
The poker game. Minimum bet is $1. Table limit is 20. Some nights I nearly lose my shirt, but the table talk is worth it. I get my best leads here. Which ones will I throw out? Two, thanks, Mickey.
3 cards here, 3 my way.
3 cards.
Gigi stayed. Mickey raised. Red raised. Gigi raised. Mickey raised. Red called. Gigi called.
Hey.
Okay, Scotty, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Dan Small.
No, I haven't seen him around lately, no.
Yeah, he used to hang around with Freddie Creel. They were as thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves. That's funny, thieves.
Which ones will I throw out? I'll have 3.
2 for me.
I'll take 1.
1.
Gigi stayed. Mickey raised. Red called. Gigi called.
Hey.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Yeah, they pulled him out of that crusher, put a stamp on him, and posted him to the coroner. Posted him to the coroner, that's funny. Read the newspaper, Anger, you'll learn a lot.
How about the Mayor's new angle?
Come on, Anger, lay a bet first, then ask your question, okay?
Which ones will I throw out? I'll have 3.
3 cards here.
2 for me.
3 cards.
Gigi stayed. Mickey stayed. Red stayed.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
How about the Mayor's new angle?
What do you expect us to know?
We read the same newspapers you do, Scotty. We check to see if we've made the front page.
5 to 1, Anger is back in suite with his reporter dame.
Short odds I'll pop you one if you say that again, Gigi.
Okay, okay.
So, Dan associated with Freddie Creel. A clean boy from Oregon is getting dirtier all the time. Freddie Creel faced his end, literally, in a crusher. The paper and the police will have the gory details. Back at my office. Ralph doesn't mind me staying here until I get the money for a new apartment. I think he likes to boast about our 24-hour phone service. Bedtime.